And we are live for another of the weekly live stream. Fix the old hair a bit. And if you're watching this retrospectively, thank you for watching my channel. As always, I begin just with a quick introduction. My name is Francis McCaffrey. I'm a fifth generation Blackthorn shillelagh stick maker. And every week on a Friday is the kind of end of my week where I reach the end of my hard work. And I usually do a live stream at 6 o'clock. I'm just a few minutes early there today because I was just a bit bored waiting around for 4 minutes. So I thought, okay, we'll get the live stream going. And I make myself available for an hour every Friday to connect with community, to answer any questions, whether it's related to stick making or questions related to Irish culture or anything at all. And I'm always very interested to create this community and to get good guys involved. And I hope you guys have watched some of my YouTube videos recently. And you need to subscribe and all that kind of stuff as well to support the channel and support what I'm trying to accomplish, online and trying to promote Irish crafts and Irish stick making as well. I think it's very important to highlight and to show people that there's something here. Maybe you can have a future in stick making as well. It's a lot of hard work, and if you watch my channel, you kind of understand what the time and effort you need to put in to make it a full-time job. This is not my hobby. This is my full-time job. I'm very passionate about it. This is what I wake up every day and do. Being self-employed 7 days a week. Let's see now. We have James, and he says, "Hello, Francis. Hope all is well with you and yours." Thank you, James. Yeah, they're all well. It's just me and the kids, and they seem to be pretty happy today. It's just the usual nonsense. There's another outbreak of some other variant in town now. I think the pub, Falvey's pub in Killorglin next door to me has a big sign up to saying they're quarantining for next day. So there's another one of those big waves hitting the town. So, but I'm not really too worried about that, and neither are the kids as well. But that's what's kind of gripping local kind of chat here in County Kerry and Killorglin at the moment. People just seem to be talking about the never ending thing. But as far as I'm concerned, it's over. I'm getting on with everything. So how is everything with you, James? What part of the world are you from again? I can't remember. You told me there on one of the streams, and I can't really remember. Trying to remember as well where you're from, because it's good for me to I need to try to know as well. And I hope you've been enjoying the interviews I did. And I have another good one coming up that I'll probably post tomorrow. The next interview I'm doing is with a guy called Nathan Featherstone. He is martial artist guy, and he has great knowledge and a lot of research done in areas like stick fighting, faction fighting, and collar and elbow. He's a really good guy in the community. He's been around for a long time as well. So be very interested. So you're in Texas, all the way from Ireland, like where it's always a bit cold and miserable in Ireland. The sun's been shining the last few days, but hopes all is well in Texas as well, James. So James, what do you do? Do you are you like are you working, or are you just kind of like at that stage of your life where you can enjoy sitting back and you've worked hard all your life? I'd be interested to know what you're involved in. Let's see. Chad Ghost. On the road today, Francis, but stopping for lunch. My second stick that I bought from you should be arriving back home to South Dakota today. Very proud to own some of your work. Well, Chad, I'm very happy that you're supporting my channel. I think the St. Patrick's weekend, there was the post was a little show on the shippings. I think they were delayed by a few days. I think everyone was enjoying St. Patrick's weekend too much. I know the local guy. He never turned up to collect the packages that Monday because he was on his day off or something like that. But yeah, no, it's a great feeling to know that there's a lot of support for Irish crafts out there. That Chad, you're supporting this industry. Like stick making isn't something that you see many kids getting excited about these days. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber or an influencer or something like that. But not too many people really want to go to do stick making. Like a lot of guys take it up as a bit of a hobby, you know, they have a field and they see some wood in the corner and they want to use it as well. Uh, let's see. So James, you're tired from the oil business and welder as well. Oh, very good. Yeah, sure. Texas is well known for the oil businesses. There's loads of billionaires there, James. Are you one of these retired billionaire oil guys? And you had a big welding business before. If you are a billionaire, you know I'm available for hire for anything you want. You know, I live stream to you all day if you want. But just a bit of Irish banter there, James, as well. Have you been to Ireland? Have you ever been over here at all yourself? And we have John as well. How are you? How are things with you, John? Hope's all is well there in Donegal, isn't it? See, I'm getting better at trying to remember. So, Chad, you're from South Dakota. I must try to remember all these names. Well, like, there's only about 20 or 30 guys that usually kind of hop onto this live stream each week, so it's not too bad to try to remember people as well. It's good that the more you kind of connect and different things as well. And I hope you liked the interview. I did a very good interview with my friend Marcus, and from the Irish Mythology podcast. That guy has like so much information. Like, you know, it's just a little introduction to him. Like, you know, I thought it was pretty interesting. Me saying about you know, leprechauns were quite tall, you know, and different things like that. So he's all these kind of like, you know, references and information on Irish myths and legends. And I think that's quite interesting to get someone knowledgeable on. And you know, the idea with trying to interview people and to bring them on is to, you know, again to bring on more knowledgeable people that I'm kind of interested to know different things about. And I hope you guys kind of enjoy that content as well. So we'll try it for a while anyway. We'll see how it goes. David Nestor, hello Francis. I forgot you're on daylight savings. Yeah, with the hour. Yeah, and there's given up and getting the stream earlier. Yeah, it's like the clocks. I think is it this weekend they go forward again for 1 hour. Like in America, the daylight savings is a bit different than in Ireland. Like I think it's another. I think it's this weekend. I must check. I always forget when the daylight savings go, and I just, you know, forget about it and sleep in. We have Zero Fox as well, and he's encouraging to hit the likes, people. Yes, and subscribe and do all that wonderful things that help the YouTube algorithm, as they say. That's always kind of fun when you hear talking about algorithms. Let's see. How many stick makers would you call well known, and what does it take? Well, that you could probably answer that question yourself, John. Like, you know, you probably know who the well known stick makers. Anyone in the community will know as well. You know, to be well known, like there's many reasons to be well known. You could be well known as a bit of a weirdo. You could be well known, you know, as a good stick maker. Be well known as a bad stick maker as well. So like, it's what does it take? Hard work, dedication. You know, to be to be a registered business and pay your taxes is kind of important as well, because you know, this Irish economy, they need that taxpayer money that we have to do. Let's see now. John's laughing there. Zero Fox. I like the hiking pole you showed earlier in the week. That sold in like 2 minutes. I put it online and it was gone in 2 minutes, and I got like a bunch of emails of guy giving out to me. They wanted that. Why can I hold one from next time? You know, like there's a certain types of sticks that guys are waiting for, and you know, they're highly sought after for a reason, because they're not readily available from anyone, from any stick maker, and they're hard enough to find. And you know, with McCaffrey Crafts, I'm the real deal. I use real blackthorn and making it from one piece of wood, which is blackthorn. And you know, I think that I have a pretty good reputation within the community as someone who, you know, has been doing this for quite a long time. You know, I think the earliest references really to me online only started about 2012, and I think it was like Saltwater New England, and then they changed their blog. There was like a blog in New England. They used to like blog about me, and I think you know, people have known me now online. I've been active enough for about 10 years, and I've been doing this since 2000. Well, I did in 2007 was when I started it on eBay, and then the craft fairs and stuff as well. I miss going to craft fairs. Me and my dad used to go to a lot of craft fairs around Ireland, and there was a nice kind of community around there as well. Let's see now. We have Patrick O'Donnell. Hello from New Jersey, USA. Glad to hear you'll be interviewing Nathan. He's a wealth of information on Irish martial arts. Yeah, he's a good guy. I only want to interview people that I respect and that I think are legit as well. And no, none of these kind of like kind of false gurus or like any of these guys are fake martial artists who are calling themselves grandmasters after doing a course for 2 weeks or something like that, which there's plenty of guys out there. Nathan is a legit martial artist. He has studied several martial arts as well. Very well spoken guy. He's involved in so much as well, and I'm quite happy to support him. Like his YouTube channel only has 500 subscribers, so I'm going to kind of give him a push, and hopefully you guys can help him to get on there as well. Yeah, we knew it would. Very good. Thank you, Zero Fox. Hi, Francis. Tim checking in here as well. Very good, Tim. How are things with you? Are you on many of the stick the Facebook groups? Sure, John. And let's see, class to hear Maxime's coming on. Yeah, I messaged him like a few weeks ago, and he said he would. And actually, I sent him over like this piece of wood, and it was out in the cold, and it froze. And then when it went into the heat, it like cracked as well. I must tell that story sometime. So like extreme heat temperatures, when it's like, it was something like in Montreal, when I sent him something, it was like minus 30 or 40 degrees as well. But he'd be a good guy to interview. Like he has a blog that he's been running, I don't know, since I think 2009 or 10, and there's like loads of articles. He's like a very good writer as well. Let's see, another 7-8 months, and that monster staff I got would be ready for a nice piece from. Very good. And there's something rewarding when you wait until the piece of wood that you have is fully seasoned. Like it's very easy to like get a piece of wood, start working on it before it's fully seasoned. Then you're going to have problems. It's going to crack. There's going to be loads of issues with it as well. So it's probably best to always to season. And I know, Zero Fox, you have been listening to me over the years, and you have been very patient as well. And once you have to give like a wood with a very tight grain like Blackthorn, which is a dense heavy wood, time to season. And that just basically means seasoned is like the sap kind of goes out of the wood, and once it's fully seasoned, it's the time in which you can like bend the wood then. And because if you try bending the wood before seasons, then it'll warp back as it continues to season. So there's reasons for that as well. Let's see, Torino Mine. Good afternoon, Francis. Good afternoon. How's everything with you and your life? I hope you're enjoying the interviews I've been doing as well. I have loads of interviews to do as well. It seems like there's a good interest in it. I just have to. It's up to me when I get the time. But and I don't mind. I actually like doing the interviews because it's quite interesting to me to learn something new as well, and it's a good way to connect some of these guys that I do have respect for. I knew next to Sadal until I found your channel. Thank you, good sir. I'm glad that you have learned something from me over the years as well. That makes me happy to know as well. And like there's not much, like there's just a few golden rules, which that I kind of preach, and the main one is just patience. That when you cut a piece of Blackthorn, you just kind of wait until it's fully seasoned. That it's all the time. It's like on you every year you get guys, they cut it, they always want to know the way in which they can speed up the process and do this quickly and stuff. But there's no shortcuts in life, so everyone knows that. Let's see now. Number 4 has arrived this afternoon. Very good. It's I'm happy now. Yeah, I was a bit worried earlier in the week when the courier, he just was out partying or something like that. He didn't turn up for collecting all of the packages that I had after the St. Patrick's weekend, because I got a lot of orders in over St. Patrick's, and they all went out finally on the Tuesday because he didn't turn up on the Monday as well. And so they're all arriving at the end of this week. So I'm happy to hear that. That's good. Because I get worried these things don't start getting delivered. It bothers me. I want my sticks to arrive safe and sound to you guys, and 99 times out of 100 they do, and then there's occasions when they get a bit delayed. Hi, Francis from sunny Scotland. Yeah, it's been sunny the last few days here in Ireland too, which is rare. We got up to 16 degrees today. Sweltering heat, 16 degrees. So that's like an Irish summer already we're having in late March. So yeah, that's pretty good. But it's pretty cloudy now, and there's a bit of drizzle outside. But we're not in County Kerry in the southwest of Ireland, so we get the Atlantic kind of winds and stuff like that. So we do get quite a lot of rainfall as well. Shoulder's doing good, and yes, interesting interviews. If any of you guys want to come on for a chat, you can. Like, if you want to join this live stream, just like send me some kind of a message or say you want to, and I can like give you a link, and you can join this live stream as well if you ever want to. Irish Lilies, everything well in. That's you, Andre, isn't it? I think it is Irish Lilies. Yeah, everything is going very well. Johnny Griffin, good Irish name there. Good Kerry kind of. You plenty of Griffins around here in Clorglen. Bit off topics, but do you ever use Whitehorn? No, I don't. It's like everywhere. It's like Whitehorn is kind of like the fake Blackthorn that is used kind of like by all the tourist shop places and things like that. So because of that type of thing, I tend to not use it myself. And like Whitehorn is like, if you paint it black, it looks a bit like Blackthorn, but it's a less dense. You kind of notice in the weight as well. The thicker, like with Whitehorn, it's easier to kind of find because it's everywhere. There's a lot of like and it grows straighter than Blackthorn too, so it's kind of used by a lot of people as well. But like you can still make sticks out of it, but it's just not the type of thing that I'm doing. John, I'm coming back from Dublin right now. It's nice to get away, but you can only spend so long in that city. Yeah, Dublin. Like Dublin people are like nice, when you get to meet them and chat with them. But it's like sometimes, in the nighttime there, they do still have a lot of issues to kind of deal with, and be sometimes Dublin can be a bit of a hard side to it as well, especially in the evenings as well, and but and the traffic as well. But it's fun, like when there's events and things. I like going up to Dublin as well, and you'd meet pretty knowledgeable people from Dublin. But then you meet some guys that they just want to fight you. I don't know. I just have one of those faces people want to punch whenever I go to Dublin. Even though I'm a pretty peaceful guy, like I never look for trouble, and I usually can talk my way out of things. Now my mother wants one. She has back issues, so I'm looking for number 5. Okay, very good. I'd be quite happy to help as well. I've been making sticks all week, and I have about 20. I think about 25 sticks. They're all just nearly. I was going to put them online this afternoon, and then I just wanted to put one more coat on them, and then I was like, I should have just put them online instead of putting coat. Because sometimes I can take the pictures and put them online, and then do the final finish on them, like after I put the pictures online. And then like so I probably should get them up tomorrow as well, because after the St. Patrick's Day weekend I got like a big surge of interest, which is always the same every year. And I need to kind of get my stock up again. It is you indeed. Very good. And you're still, have you finished your cutting season there, Andre? Johnny Griffin, I'm in New York at the moment, but have a place in Port McGee. Oh yeah. By going out to the Skelligs and stuff and having a pint down in Port McGee. I must call into you when I'm in Clorglen. Yeah, it's on the way, sure. You can't get to Port McGee without passing my shop, going through Clorglen. The county bridge of the Iveragh Peninsula is like in Clorglen, so you have to go through here. But yeah, Port McGee's a nice spot. The Star Wars guys were always drinking over there as well. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Not enough people go there sometimes too. Maybe that's a good thing. It's not too busy. I think sometimes it's kind of hard for tour buses and things to get in there, which is kind of like is the case. Dubliners I've met are all grand. It's the Scangers that are the problem. Yeah. I think that's basically what I was trying to say in a roundabout way. Yeah, it's like they've got the guys that's the addicts and stuff, that's especially around the Lewis station, and they're coming up trying to get spare change off you, and they do it in a very kind of aggressive way, and they kind of like grabbing you and stuff. And sometimes you're with your young kids, it's not you don't want them to be seeing that kind of aspect of the big city. But yeah, so it's like it's one of those things. Let's see now. Andre, yes, I finished my cutting season. The most Blackthorn are getting the white leaves. How many sticks did you get this year? I got a good bit now. I think next I was looking at my stock for this year. It's not too bad, but next year I got I got a lot of the really good ones, like the ones that you guys like a lot, the rare ones. So I was looking through my stock there, was it yesterday evening, and I was like, yeah, the next year, the 2023 collection is going to be pretty good in 24 collection, because I managed to get some really good ones this season. You know, like when you're cutting blackthorn, anything that looks like a walking stick, you just take it. You know, you just anything that's be like, okay, you can make something out of that, because there's something for everyone. Like some guys like the big ones, some guys like small one. There's a lot of women that want just kind of easy sticks. Some want to put all the thorns, sometimes without the thorns. Uh, so you got 250, 300. That's a very good season. But I have a lot more space in my basement. Yeah, it takes a few years to build up a collection, and then after you do that, it's going to take, like, you know, it's a long thing. So like, if you're collecting 300 per season, are you going to turn professional, Andre? Are you going to venture in to doing this type of thing full time as well? Now I know Joe Douglas. He has a good collection of sticks as well. I think he's I must check up with him to see where he's at with his business. I think he's getting it going, or I'm not too sure, but I think he wants to come on for interview in the next few weeks. As always, guys, if any of you want to join the live stream right now, sorry, I thought someone knocking the door. If someone wants to join the live stream right now, no problem. I can send you a link. You can click in it. I can add you to the stream, and when we can talk. You know, I make myself available. So if anyone wants to talk to me now, you know, just say it. I'll give you a link, and you can come on here and we can have a chat. Don't be shy. You know, just don't know. I don't bite. And let's see now. Oh yeah, yeah. So you have space to put them into your basement. Yeah, you need some place that like is good kind of wind, and you know, there's good air in it as well. You know, seals the end. You know, put the heavy end at the bottom, so they kind of use gravity to kind of help them to season as well. Uh, you know, but yeah, like if you're getting 300 a season, that's pretty good. You know, physically, you know, I can only ever cut about 800 a season or something like that. And you know, I need to get probably about 2 or 3 thousand sticks a season, but it's kind of hard to physically do that as well as do everything else. Uh, let's see. For full time stick maker, I don't have the stock. I'm just not sure it will work. I love my job as a what's your job? A fitness cock? What's that? What's your job? A fitness coach. Um, I'm guessing that means fitness coach. So you do what type of fitness? Yeah, tell us about your job, Andre. Be a way to promote it as well to this community. Let's see. John, how much time on average do you spend on a single stick? It really depends on, like, sometimes if it's quite bendy, it can take a while to get some kind of balance on it as well. Um, Sometimes, like with the type of wood, if it's like really seasoned and it's a thick piece, it can take a while to kind of carve through it as well and cut through it all and to get the shape that you want. So there's no easy way to answer that. It very just depends on what you're hoping to achieve. Like the kind of the quickest type of handles to do are the ones that the T shapes. You know, if you have a piece of wood and there's like a T shape, you just cut off the ends, sand the bit, and you know, away you go and stuff like that. They're the kind of quickest ones to do. The kind of knob sticks and the ones where you have to kind of think about the handle and carve, and you have to hold it several times, and then you kind of hold it with your left right hand, and then like I have to make it in such a way because a lot of guys have bigger hands than me and different things. But like traditionally, like the Blackthorn were always pretty light and thin, and they always had like small handles as well. We have Lawrence Finlay. Hello, Lawrence. How are things with you? Welcome to the Blackthorn live stream. If you have any questions, don't be shy, and tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, Lawrence? And we have Todd. He loves his thorn and he wants another. Yes, it's quite addictive. That the thing about blackthorns and sticks and stick collecting is like once you get into it, it's just it can be pretty addictive. And you know, there's so much choices, and then you know they look pretty good on display as well when you have like a room or a kind of wall to kind of display them on. They can like look at all of them every day and take a different one for different things. They're just pretty good as well. Um, so you're a trainer in a gym. I teach guys how to make the exercise right and make plans for health food. Yeah, do you want to come on sometime and do an interview then, Andre? be interested to help that. Like for me, look, my weight has gone up in the last 2 or 3 months. Well, I don't know. I haven't really done as much exercise as I'd done. I got a little bit kind of tired and unmotivated. So if you want to, maybe we'll do a fitness challenge or something. I'm 43 now, and I'm starting to get that dad body again. I need to get healthy. And but the thing what I find it in Ireland is that it's very difficult to get in, for me anyway, is just when the weather's really cold and I cut blackthorn and I'm tired. Like the last thing I want to do then is kind of like go and do proper exercise and have a routine, and then I just find myself comfort eating too late as well. You know, I'm terrible for having tea and biscuits. Let's see. Do you make a blackthorn magic wands? No, I don't. I do these type of things. Wait, how do I have one here? I have like swagger sticks, like these type of ones. I make these like. Wait, where's the camera? Here, these kind of swagger sticks. Do you see the military guys hold before and they hold them like this? So I kind of do these, which you can call like I can make them a bit shorter to make a magic wand. So like the blackthorn magic wands are just basically just like this. You just cut off the end and there you have a blackthorn wand. So it's they're easy enough to make and stuff like that, but there's not much demand. And then you see with shipping, like I usually ship everything by courier. So like a magic wand, it's such a small little item to buy on its own and pay for the shipping. So, but like if you really wanted one, it's just once it's just something simple, I can just cut the ends. Strabane, that's County Tyrone, is it? I think. So how is everything in Strabane? Have I have some connections to Fermanagh. McCaffrey would be a name that originated out of Fermanagh. My dad would be from there as well. I haven't been to Fermanagh for a number of years. I brought the kids up there. God, it must have been like 5 years ago or something like that. But Fermanagh and like Northern Ireland is one place that it doesn't get a lot of tourism, and it should, because there's some fantastic scenery and people up there, and it's one of the places I actually do like to go. And there's the people there are very, very genuine as well, and they're very interesting to speak to. And if you can understand some of the strong accents, there are some strong accents up there. They speak very, very fast. Even for me, I can't understand some of them. Let's see. But cutting is perfect cardio. You burn a lot of calories. It does, but like you don't do it that often. Because like I've got to a stage now, I'm very concerned about getting injury, because if I get injured, I can't make sticks. My kids go hungry. I need to be able to do that as well. So I'm not really doing it as a hobby. This is like a full-time job for me. So I must always be very aware of safety precautions. Like over the years, I've got hurt so many times doing blackthorn that I'm getting to a stage in my life now, just really, really cautious. I actually do get a little bit of anxiety thinking about it as well, because just worrying about that. Let's see, McCaffrey's Quarry in Fermanagh. There's a load of McCaffreys in Fermanagh. My family would be more on the kind of Cavan side of Fermanagh, close to a town called Kinawley, and Quinn's Quarry, and there's a load of like different things as well. Yeah, there's plenty of quarries. You have Marble Arch Caves, Lochern. There's a lot of things. Billeek Pottery as well. There's lots of nice places. What's the gardens? Florence Court Gardens is like a big kind of garden area as well. Loads of nice things around there as well. Beautiful part of it as well. And let's see, what are the dangers involved in cutting? There's a lot. So the main kind of danger with dealing with blackthorn is the thorns. The blackthorns are very poisonous. If you get a blackthorn into your hand, you can get infected. It can go septic. You have to go on a course of antibiotics as well. You see a little tiny little speck at the top of the thorn is where it contains the poison. And that little tiny speck, when it goes into your skin and goes into a thorn, it goes in deep, and it's very hard to get out. You need like a tweezers and usually a few nails and good lighting, and you need to like really dig it out, or else it's going to get infected as well. So if you're going into a bush full of thorns in every directions, what are the dangers? The dangers are everywhere. It's like, say for example, if you see a nice piece of wood and it's very hard to go in it, and you're working in very confined spaces to get into it, because like these are overgrown hedges that have the caliber of wood that you need to make a walking stick. And what I mean by that is that a long piece of wood that is searching for the light, that grows pretty straight, because most of the blackthorn is very bendy. Um, so you have to be very careful with your footing in case you slip. Say, for example, if you're in a blackthorn bush and you lose your footing and you slip, you're going to get thorns. You're going to be like in a horror movie, like Pinhead from Hellraiser or something like that. So you have to. The dangers are like, oh, there's so many dangers that you got to be careful of bulls. Like I went into a field, and a bull came up and charged, and so you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware mostly of just your footing in case you slip, because that's where I've got my most injuries. Carrying out the sticks, you got to be very careful as well. Actually, the worst part is the last part of the day, when you let your guard down, you've done your sticks, you think it's fine, and you're loading the car or your van or something like that, and you just pick up some sticks, and you just pick them up the wrong way, or you just fall over because you're like really tired as well. But yeah, there's quite an awful lot of dangers, Johnny. You got to be careful of, and that's why, like, new guys with all their enthusiasm and going out, like, I just have to always constantly tell them, look, it's not it's fraught with danger and with injury. There's a reason why everyone isn't doing it, because it's a hard business, and I think Andre, he's gone through a cutting season now of 300 sticks. He knows pretty well how hard it is now to do. uh there's my dad and Derrylin for the McCaffrey quarries. My dad is a wealth of information on Fermanagh. He knows everything and every person and every name and everything way more than I do as well. I've only been to Fermanagh like a handful of times throughout my youth. Let's see. Andre says, this year had so much luck. Walked into a long torn. It goes to the leather boot. Yeah, but nothing happens with my foot. I sent you the picture. Yeah, I remember. Uh, yeah, like it'll go through anything. Like, if you have a big tractor tire, and it'll burst those tires as well. Those thorns are nasty. They're nasty business. You just, if it goes into the wrong place and catches the wrong thing, it can definitely cause some damage as well. Cheers, Franks. Greetings from Germany. Andre saying hello to my dad. And John is saying hello to my dad as well. Who is always watching these live streams as well. And yeah, I know you guys are waiting for a number of sticks for him to make as well. I think he has some in the works, and we might do something on that as well. Also the Cairn quarry as well. Let's see. You do like your quarries, Lawrence. You know a lot about the quarry business. Well, like our the old family home cottage land was sold to like a quarry, and but they left the cottage itself intact on the land that they have the quarry. And we went in there one time with my uncle and had a look around at the old cottage. It was actually pretty interesting. um my dad's saying hi, John. That's very good. And yeah, it's just like, Fermanagh is an interesting part of the world. Bit unique there, very kind of rural. But I always found it like there wasn't that many. Oh, so there's the thing. You work on farms as, yeah. I knew you had some connections to quarries because you keep asking about, oh, this quarry, and you knew all of them as well. But yeah, like, is and like, how is the quarry like here in Killorglin? The main kind of quarry is Quirks. You always see Quirks trucks. If you're in a rush to get somewhere at 9 o'clock in the morning, you probably will get stuck behind one of the Quirks trucks, and the quarry trucks are always on the road and early in the morning and stuff as well. But yeah, like, the was it like a limestone quarry or something like that, or a different type of one as well. But yeah, like, it's there's going to be maybe a lot of business for quarries with all of this infrastructure bill, isn't it, in America and places like that. They want to repair all the roads and do this and do that, and do all of these different things. So we'll see how that kind of goes as well. But yeah, is there any other things you guys want to talk about or ask? Or again, if any of you guys want to come on and join the live stream, we can have a chat as well. That invitation is open to anyone, whoever ever wants to do that as well. Don't be shy as well. I got copyright striked on the live stream last week because I showed the Gangs of New York video clip, and I got a copyright claimed, so I had to take down the last week's live stream because the gangs in New York thing was shown, which I didn't think it was. I thought we were just looking at it and just talking about it, but it was copyright claimed, so I had to take down the live stream from last week. So yeah, so it'd be fun if we could watch things together, but you know, maybe that'll be something for another time. Let's see. Dennis says, I got a hawthorn in a finger while hunting pheasants and ended up in surgery and anesthesia to remove it. Yeah, it's a serious thing, Dennis, and you learned this, like, you know, by experience, like, you know, in terms of dealing with something like that. But hunting pheasants, you know, I haven't had pheasant. I remember my dad, he brought home a pheasant a few times. Great, it was really nice and tasty. Actually, I must have pheasant now. You don't see it in the shops. You don't see it like in Ireland. Like, there's not many choice of meats. You know, there's not many things, like you don't see deer meat in the shops too much, and pheasant meat and things like that. But that'd be pretty good to have. And we have a similar bush in Texas. It's called the mesquite tree bush. Nasty thorns and bad infections from the thorns. Yeah, it's like, you know, it gets in so deep and it's hard to go. And like the thing is, sometimes you don't even notice it. Like, I'm so used to getting stuck by blackthorn, it doesn't even register the pain anymore. And like, you know, I'm always cutting my hands with with handsaw and silly things like that, or with the raspet slips and stuff. So you kind of get used to just being, you know, cut and poked the whole time, and then you just don't notice it. Then after a day or two, it goes on. Do you ever venture outside of Kerry in pursuit of good blackthorn? And not yet. Usually, like, there's two guys that or actually two this year. The third guy didn't have any, but there's two guys that cut some blackthorn for me, and you know, I buy some blanks from them because I cannot physically cut as much blackthorn because I'm you know, I've grown into quite a big business. You know, I'm one of the main guys here in Ireland that does blackthorn walking sticks, and I've built up a pretty big community as well. So, because I can only cut about 800 a year, but you know, you can sell up to 3,000 sticks per year. So, you know, physically you need to get things. But as of right now, the majority of my stock is from Kerry. The area that I was cutting in this season, I think I've got them all, and I've looked at a few other spots. They're not quite ready yet. So I don't know. Like, usually I go out looking for blackthorn areas. Like now in April, when the white flowers start to bloom on the blackthorn, I usually just drive around everywhere, look for places, talk to a few different people. And because I'm kind of well known, people will call me and say, "Look, they have a blackthorn hedge here. Am I interested in it? They're just going to like destroy it or something like that." And they leave me go in and take a few of the blackthorn. Whittlesticks says, "Hello, Frank from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Uh, Karen is near Connolly, and Quinn's bought the farm in Ahawina with the old cottage." Yeah, Quinn's, I remember. So that would be the bit of history on our family as well. Ahawina is where the McCaffreys that I'm from came from. Francis, all being well, hope to visit your shop this summer. Do you ever use Rowan? I do. I like Rowan and Rowan tree. I just don't have a load of it at the moment. I probably should have cut some more. Was it? There's 4 days left of the cutting season. Maybe I'll get out in the next few days and cut some. But yeah, I do use Rowan as well. I just I haven't gone to the area where I can get the load of Rowan, but I do know a place and a farmer that I can go in and get some. But I think I've just kind of missed it for this season as well. I'll see. I might have some in my shed, like a few things. I know there's a few guys that do like the rowan tree, and it's like it is a wood that I like to work with. But after blackthorn, rowan and ochre are the two woods that I kind of would like best. Let's see. There is something called fair use policy for using other people's stuff. Not sure. I think it's 20 seconds. Yeah, you can use, like, I thought it was like a fair use thing, because all we did was I remember last week on the live stream towards the end of it, we just watched the you know, the guy, was it Bill the Butcher, you know, or something like that, you know, kill Liam Neeson in a scene from the movie. And I was just curious to kind of watch it with you guys as well and just comment on it as we were watching it. Yeah, but it seems just even just watching something and commenting on it, it was a copyright claimed. So I don't know. I just you know, I just obey the rules of the overseers here on YouTube, which it can be you know, can be a little difficult, because it'd be good to watch these things. Like for me, I think it'd be interesting to watch like The Quiet Man and Gangs of New York, and these type of Irish teen movies with the community, with you guys from around the world, because then you can have a beer, sit down, have a movie night. Like for me, I'd love to do something like that, like on on a Friday or Saturday night. Like I'd probably be doing it anyway, so why not, like, set it up in live streams and watch a movie and just have a drink and have a few guys talk about it afterwards or something like that. But with all these copyright claims and different things, it kind of probably doesn't make it too good as well. Still doesn't like a good movie as well. But I'm still waiting for a Blackthorn movie. I'm convinced that the more I say it on here, that some guys sometimes, and I have plenty of ideas too, and I have some ideas for a movie. I have ideas for a book and for different things as well. But like, there's only so many hours in the day, and when you cut Blackthorn and you make the sticks, and by the time the end of the day comes, you're pretty tired. But I have started playing chess recently. I don't know if any of you guys are into chess. Usually now before bedtime, to kind of unwind and to kind of chill out. I've started playing a bit of chess, and I find it pretty interesting. Tommy Hamrahan, Tommy Hanrahan. Hi Francis. Hi Tommy. How are things with you? What part of the world are you from? It's a good Irish name you have as well, Hanrahans. Where's Hanrahans from? That surname. I know there's a few around Tralee. Friend of mine used to date a girl, Hanrahan, as well, and she was out from Tralee, and there was a big group of family from there. Yeah, this would be interesting to know as well. But yeah, like it's as I was saying, in April, this is a good time of year for your scouting missions. Like we're coming up now, it's the 26th of March. Now is the best time of year to go out hunting for areas that blackthorn grows. What you need to look for is, like, go off the beaten track. You can be quite a distance away, and if you have even a little binoculars or something like that, you can kind of like see if there's any white patch of flowers in distant fields and stuff. So, what I do sometimes is just go up to high ground, and look all around and see if you see any nice patches and different places, and see if they're accessible, and see, if you can talk to the person to get in and get access to it. And what you need to be looking for is the overgrown ones, the ones that are wild, the ones that are neglected. Fair use is what YouTube says it is. That is so true, Micah. Yeah. It's like, you know, you see other guys doing it and you go, oh, if they can do it, why can't you? But they just kind of, that's not an argument in their terms. But yeah, you guys got to obey by these different rooms and platforms and stuff. Sure, who knows? In a few more years, there'll probably be a new platform like it's YouTube for now. I do think that more and more people are going to use YouTube more. I think more and more people, like, will get more confidence to just video talk and different things. Like, for me, like, posting a picture on Facebook and stuff, I think people are more engaged to like video content and live streaming. I think this live streaming and people talking and creating their own little communities and groups, I think that's the kind of future. I think that's the kind of future I want with Blackthorn as well. That's why I'm doing all the interviews. I want to, like, create a kind of nice community, create awareness of the names of credible guys within, like, Irish craft community, within shillelaghs and blackthorns, guys who are credible and have been around for a while and know their stuff as well. I had Heiko from Germany, who's a very good martial artist as well. He has written a book, and he's a great history background, and he studied like medieval swords and broadswords and all different things like that as well. So and he like a lot of people that are into weaponry and different things like that, they do get interested in blackthorn. They do come across it as well. And let's see now. It sounds like fun. Sounds pretty good, yeah, to watch the movies and stuff. Tommy says, "Hi Francis, I'm from Tipperary. I am from Tipperary. Tomorrow I'll be doing a big talk on walking sticks. Since I like your content, I make walking sticks and shillelaghs myself. Oh, very good. I've never heard from you, Tommy. So, like, where are you doing your talk tomorrow on walking sticks? I haven't heard of you before as a stick maker. So, are you a pretty new guy on the scene, or where are you about as well? Because oh, we have someone speaking in Irish to me. Let's see. Cunnis to talk to you, Francis. Tá mé go hanamh. Tá mé go hanamh fad. An bhfuil cúpla focail a gut. Pronsias is anam dom. Tá mé na coní glorglan. That's about it. Is malum cock a millish? Ní leil hin tán mar de hin tán féin. And the famous one from school, and will kiad a gum dul gadi an letters. There, a bit of Irish language for you guys. You know, I probably forgot the lyrics to the national anthem now in Irish language. I must memorize them again. Be good to sing the Irish national anthem. Mahan Vukal, good boy. So you from the Gaeltacht or something like that? And my Irish is you know, like most, I haven't like practiced it since I was like 18, when most people and it's just the kids at school now. I have to help the young guys with the Irish homework a bit. So, you know, what was the words yesterday? The clothesline. So we're learning all about the clothes, like Lena, you know, broga, you know, all those kind of words. That's what I was doing last night with Irish with my Francis, did you ever hear of anyone selling do you ever hear of anyone selling blackthorns? In what context? Like, I sell blackthorns. I'm a stick maker. I'm probably one of the most well-known guys in Ireland. I have a registered business and I have a physical shop here in Killorglin. I have a retail store, and I have the best community as well on YouTube. Lawrence, poke Mahone, kiss my ass. Yes. Is that what you're going for with that one? Poke Mahone. Tommy, I'm from Clonmel. I just do it as a hobby. Yeah, no, I've never heard of you. I've never seen you as any of the stick making markets or mentioned on any of the forums or anyway. No, that's why I was just asking, because like I pretty much know everyone in this community. I like to connect with all different people as well. But yeah, no, I'd never heard of you before as well. But yeah, it's a great hobby to have as a hobby. And but look, if you said you have to speak in an event, if they are looking for someone, you know, with my reputation, I'm quite happy to speak in an event. Clonmel is a lovely place, and Thurles and Tipperary as well. It's not too far away. So if there's ever any event there that people want me to speak at, I'm quite happy to do it. Just kidding. Of course. Pope Mahone is like the most famous Irish insult out there, and it's funny, and it's just like kiss my bum, Pogue Mahone, something like that. All the kids would say that as well. It's harmless. It's harmless. You know, Plow Moss. You know, I suppose, like, what's the worst thing you say to someone in Irish language? Maybe call someone an Amadon, I suppose, like an idiot, an Amadon. I suppose that would be kind of bad enough. Like, you know, you're the local Amadon, the Egypt, the idiot, that kind of person. But it wasn't like most insults in Irish language, more like curses or something, like, you know, I wish this upon you and you're this and that. I remember like this, they're like they're pretty long phrases that you'd have to memorize as well. Just like the thorns on their own. So you are looking. So do you have anyone selling blackthorns just like the thorns on their own? Oh, so you're asking if someone sells thorns on their own? Not really. Like, there's all these witches and stuff that want to buy the thorns. That's about it. That's all I know about. They want to do magic potions and get the poisons and stuff. But yeah, I'm not in that kind of. I'm not in that business as well. With the selling the thorns and stuff like that, I cut off the top of the thorns because they're poisonous. Like, if you're selling thorns and someone like gets poisoned, it's on you. So it's kind of like a dangerous enough game. But I don't know anyone selling just thorns on their own. I'm sure there's some witch groups and stuff. If you go into that black magic witch stuff, forums and groups, there'll be plenty of you know, interesting people there to help you. Let's see. Sutton Noir. I'm not from a Gaeltacht, nor am I a Gaelgore. Just practicing to get better. Love the channel, man. I must get a new Blackthorn myself. Yeah, like I'd love to, like, when I was like living in Asia and stuff, and I met an Irish person, and like there was people around us that were annoying. We used to try to speak in Irish and try to have conversations. And like you'd be surprised, like, when you're there with someone else and some of the words start to come back to you and you start to piece together sentences. And after you have a beer or two, it's surprising. You just get that kind of confidence in the language again. But like, I can kind of understand things as well. But like, I'd be so far off having a conversation in Irish language. But it's something that I'd love to get back into as well. Look, if you're anything like me, I have a million things I want to do, a million things I'd love to like get into as well. But it's like just getting the time. Like that's why I'm never bored. Like maybe waiting 2 minutes for a live stream because I like to be active and do things. But I have always things to do. Like I'm enjoy playing chess. I watch different things. I'm learning things. I'm big into the old stock and the investing and financial reports and all that kind of boring things. I find that quite interesting as well. I like trying to predict what's going on in the world. I'm watching like the news and politics in different areas. Uh, I just like to be knowledgeable about different things, and but yeah, Irish language is another thing I'd like to really do. Let's see. Tom has a good Irish curse here. My favorite Irish curse is: "May the devil make a ladder of your backbone to pluck apples in the garden of hell." Oh my goodness, that's a pretty bad one. Someone must really piss you off to say something like that. But that'd be a pretty good one as well. So may the devil make a ladder on your backbone to pluck the apples in the garden of hell. Yeah, that's definitely one of the type of old Irish insults and curses. They were exactly like that, always to that kind of like a sound and reference to the devil and stuff. Let's see. Tommy says, let's see. Seaneen Barron will be a guest at the talk about walking sticks. He's a stick maker from County Clare. Never heard of Shawnee Barron from County Clare. No, he must be another kind of hobbyist or something like that. Never seen or heard that guy as well. But yeah, like it's I'm the man. I'm the man here in Ireland. You guys should be like asking me to speak at these events. There's only a few of us that we have been doing it for some time. We have the reputation. I'm available for speaking events as well. But yeah, like it's what's the event? What's like as a county fair? What's the event? Yeah, I'll give you a chance, Tommy, there to promote this event. And if there's anyone watching or in Ireland, maybe they'll want to go and stuff like that. Maybe I'll go myself. Where's the event? If it's only in Tipperary, I might drive there the weekend. If there's a bunch of people there talking about sticks and stuff, it might be fun just to sit back and listen to hear and different things as well. Because for me, I like to connect with everyone in the community and get to know them as well. Because like sometimes there's like new guys that just are, they come on the scene for a few months and they've decided they're doing it for 20-30 years, but no one's ever heard from them. So it's always good to kind of like know the guys that are coming up, the guys that are established, and the guys that you're happy to be part of this community as well. So times now, any more questions, guys? I'm here for about another 10 minutes. So if there's anything else you want to ask, but or anything you want to talk about, just don't be shy. Just ask away. As I said, I make myself available every week for an hour to connect with you guys, to answer questions, to give my opinions on different things, which I'm quite happy to do. And I'm really excited about all these interviews that I have coming up as well. I'm going to reach out to a lot of people in the community, a lot of people in the Irish crafts, and bring on all different people as well. And I think as more as my channel gets bigger, maybe I can get better guests on as well, so that would be pretty good. I'm still going to make a lot of videos just highlighting and showcasing the walking sticks I have. Like the YouTube is more like a sales channel for me, where I just show you the sticks or tell you sticks that are upcoming. It's not like a how-to channel of how to make stick making and stick things. That's something I'll probably do like in my later life when I'm a bit more getting towards my retirement years and I want to pass on my knowledge. But yeah, the YouTube is more just like a community around people interested in Irish sticks, Irish crafts, Irish culture, and promoting that, and putting out a good narrative out there about sticks, about everything. Because like actually, my interview with Nathan, we touch on some interesting things about like narratives and how like stick making and stick fighting and all of this associated with the stick fighting and the fighting Irish was villainized by the church and by the GAA. They didn't want to be associated with it. and they were trying to put it down, and anyone associated with faction fighting as well. And there's some good information. And Nathan has a really good interview on his YouTube channel, where he found a first-hand account of a guy talking about a Blackthorn faction fight. It was like the folklore society, like in the 50s and 60s, they traveled all throughout Ireland with like a tape recorder, and basically they got the tape recorder, and they went around interviewing people in all over rural Ireland of all the stories, and they collected them. There's something like 12,000 interviews they did with 12,000 people, and it's all in the National Archives. And Nathan goes in there and he's listening to a few of them now, and he pulled out that one which I was really interested in. I actually do like his content. I'll put that interview with Nathan out tomorrow morning, and definitely think you guys should watch that. I'll give you a shout out. Exactly, Tommy. Please do, please do. Like the more people that know about Blackthorn, because like within Ireland, there's not the same interest in Irish crafts. Like Irish people, they're not too excited about Blackthorn walking sticks or shillelaghs. They don't teach anything about the history about the faction fights. Like if you go into an Irish school, you don't even learn anything about what happened during the faction fighting times, which is a big part of Irish history. It seems like the Irish diaspora know more about the faction fighting and different things than the actual Irish, because they went abroad and they brought the fighting culture there, and there's loads of references to it as well. Then within Ireland, it's like kept hush hush, quite quiet. Let's see. It will be 11 o'clock in the morning at the Clonmel Arts Centre tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. What's the name of the event? Is it like on Facebook or something? Because it'd be interested to see. Are they live streaming it, or can it be watched as well? Because let's see, Clonmel is about a 90-minute drive from me. So if I fed the kids by 9, have someone watch them, and then drive up, watch it, and come down. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to see. Maybe I'll turn up or not. It just depends on, because I have three children, so I have to keep them entertained as well. So it's on tomorrow. Yeah, like I like going to different events, whether it's like the showcase in Dublin in January, or the spring fair like in Birmingham is a good kind of craft event to go to as well. You have various ones like in Dublin, before Christmas. I think in December there's a good one as well. And yeah, it's interesting to go to these fairs. There's this one in America too that's pretty good in Chicago. And but all these events were cancelled for the last few years. Like, be interesting to go from. It's more just from a networking things. Like, it's good to meet people like in the community, talk to them, tell you who they are, so they know you as well. It's like kind of good. There was a book released a year or two ago about faction fighting. I must get it soon. Is that the Sean Moynihan one, the Faction Fighters of Kerry? Do I have it? Wait, I think I have an old book here. 1 second. This is like the main type of book that people had. I don't know if you can see it. It was like, this is kind of a rare one, because this was written in like the 70s by a guy from Kerry called Patrick O'Donnell. And this is kind of like the main book. And then you have John Hurley's books, were pretty good, with a load of different references as well. Then you have like Sean Moynihan's one. Here's a picture of like the author holding one of his Blackthorns. You can kind of see it there. And like, this was back in the 70s. That's a beast of a stick that he got in there. It's quite a big one. It doesn't look type Blackthorn. Wait, we have another look at it again. You guys can see the picture of the Blackthorn that he's holding. I don't think they can copyright claim me for showing that type of thing. But that was a pretty good book in the 70s. But like, there's such a wealth of information that still hasn't been compiled on Blackthorn. As I said, like, it was very much kind of overlooked part of Irish history and shunned upon, because like within if you're Irish and you understand Irish culture, then Irish people don't like stereotypes. They don't like kind of paddywhackery and mockery, and they kind of, for some reason, they associated the fighting Irish with that type of paddywhackery and stereotypes of Irish persons, and they always didn't want to be seen as the fighting Irish or different things. But I'm of a different perspective. I think it's a very interesting part of Irish history. The faction fighting is an amazing part of Irish history. Like, there's a good documentary on TGG, the Irish Channel, but there's very good ones that are out there as well. Let's see. So, my friends, I wish all here a nice weekend, and please buy a shillelagh from Francis. His sticks are amazing. They are, they are, and I have some really nice ones coming up as well. If you want to, like, when you buy a stick with McCaffrey Crafts, it's an authentic product. It's Irish made. It's grown in Irish soil as well. And you can't get a more authentically Irish product. It supports like Irish crafts business as well. It helps to keep this shop and things going as well. But like I'm doing okay at the moment. I'm not. I seem to have like a steady flow now of and St. Patrick's in March was a pretty good time for sales. So that was pretty encouraging. That is an absolute gem you got. There aren't many copies left. I say it was the Sean Moynihan one. Yeah, that's the Sean Moynihan one is Faction Fighters of Kerry. It's specifically County Kerry in Ireland, whereas exactly I'm from. And if you do get that book, look at the chapter about Kilorglan and Big Mick Foley. Big Mick Foley would be a very famous faction fighter from Kilorglan, and he would be like a relative of a descendant of my mom, who is Foley from the same area of Kilorglan that their families were from. So so like it, and he like there's good information in the Sean Moynihan book, but that was like the Killarney Historical Society, and there's a load group of people, and then like Sean Moynihan was like one of these writers on one of these like unemployment schemes that they brought in to write the book and stuff like that. And he did a book about Kilorglan, the history of Kilorglan. And in the history of Kilorglan book, there's a good reference about faction fighting and Mick Foley, and that was his inspiration for writing that book. I was actually at the talk and the book launch when Sean Moynihan launched his books, and he said that was the reason he wrote the book was from the Kilorglan, the history of Kilorglan book by Kieran Foley, which is a 1985 book. I said I sent you details on Facebook. Yeah, very good. Any of these events and stuff, I just want to know about and different things, and if I can make it, I will. I like to let people know on different things, because sometimes there's different things out there. And but someone called me recently. They wanted me to go to an insurance conference, and I was like, what? They just want there's an American conference on in Killarney full of all these American insurance guys, and they want some like Irish people, crafts people, to stand in the corner and be making crafts in the background while this insurance conference is going on. And I was like, that's a bit weird. So you have all these guys doing an insurance, and then they just want to have some guy with a Blackthorn stick standing and dancing in the background or something. So it's a bit weird, but they said they'd pay you for the day and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds interesting, but like it was below minimum wage per hour. I was like, oh, no one's going to do that. But so like sometimes I do get contacted to be at like these weird kind of different events and different things like that. My granddad told me about him. I'm from Tralee myself, and I had a lot of old relatives telling me story. When I was born, my great grandmother was still alive. Well, you see, Big Mick Foley in his youth, he was a faction fighter, and he got into the newspapers because there was a very famous faction fight, and two guys were drowning, and he went in the car, his horse, and pulled them out of the water. And then he went on to be a Kerry footballer. And because he was a Kerry footballer, of course, that was documented as well. And then he was a bit more into politics in his later years. Then in his later years, he was always talking about, he was sorry, he was a faction fighter. And then there's a few songs and poems about him as well. So, like, there's a lot of reference to him in the Kerry Man newspaper, or that whatever the newspaper was in Kerry back in those times. So that was where a lot of the guys got the references to him. So Kilorglan was a pretty famous place for the faction fights. They are well made. Blackthorns are one of the best type of sticks out there that you can get. Very very strong piece of wood as well. And look, guys, it's been about an hour. I got to go to the family, feed them some food, let them know that I had a good week selling. This week, the last 2 weeks have been pretty good for sales. I think in America, a lot of people are getting their tax refunds and tax rebates, so they're pretty good to get as well. Let's see. Dennis says, my sticks from Francis have become prized possessions. Yes, they're a good store of value as well. You know, the price of it, this goes up. Oh, here we have Mad Dog Medic. Hello, Francis. I'm still around and following your site. I love your Blackthorn sticks. I wonder if Blackthorn will grow here. Now, I hope your treatment went well. I know you've been joining the channel where you've been going through, you remember, your treatments, and you're giving some updates and different things like that. I hope you're doing well now and your health is getting better. And Matt as well. Cheers, Francis. Catch you later. I got to go now, guys. It's about 7 o'clock here in Ireland. I got to feed the family, do the domestic things, feed the dogs, wash the pots. What do you think a stick maker does in the evening? It's not really exciting. My life is pretty boring. I'm just going to go home now, feed the dogs, feed the kids, clean the kitchen, check up on all my emails, try to message a few more people to see if they want to do interviews. And that's it. I might watch a movie with the son. That if things go well, and that's the day in the life of a stick maker in Killorgley and County Kerry. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining the live stream as always. Every Friday, if you have the time, just and you can always watch this retrospectively as well. I leave them up unless I get some claim of copyright if I show some movie clips or something like that, but which I won't do anymore. So anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much. Bye bye.